Whatever these men say, I deny the accusations.
Also, if I say you're pretty, you deny that, huh?
This is why I don't have friends.
It is the highest good upright. Stop! Currently in the presence of an idol. Stop!
You're about to get me arrested. Stop!
On the night that Mr. McGilded was killed.
You mean Windy Bank?
Oh, Windy Bank. Wait. Why did I say
On the
McGilded?
night when Mr. McGilded was killed, 2 months later.
Yes! Hello, everybody. KVTV under the sun, and welcome back to the 5th case of the Greatest Attorney. Mr. Graydon is now bleeding in his arm. We've exposed that there are 2 compartments on that music disc. Oh my god, music box. But there was a second disc in there, which seems to be missing at the moment, and now we're accusing Graydon for having taken the second disc that night when he went into Windy Banks.
And we're here too.
I sure love the technology of the early 1900s of a disc that you can slice in half somehow for it to house 2 tiny miniaturized compartments.
Yes.
Well, I guess Ringo said it best.
Time to cut a quits and croak, I reckon.
Don't acknowledge my presence there under any circumstances whatsoever. Those were my terms, remember, and I paid you handsomely to comply.
Oh boy. Nice
Okay,
confession.
well, you just outed your stuff there, buddy.
Clearly I was a fool to think I could trust common backslum thief.
Wow. I thought they were your friends.
True. Fine, I admit it. I was there in Windy Banks that night. I paid this pair 10 guineas to accompany me. So yes, I paid them better than you paid from McGilded. And as you've noticed, I've sustained an injury in the course of my adventures.
And yet they too are squandering the money.
No, Adventures is... Wait, no. Yeah, Adventures is this game. Resolves the next game.
But that is all. I admit to nothing more. Stealing government secrets? Negotiating with Mr. McGilded?
That's right, you put some respect on my name.
Yes, you. I said that because Taisa was just going to censor me anyway. As God is my...
What? When you said yes, you, I was like, oh yeah, McGill, and he said, oh, censor... Oh, he meant to say... that word. Yep, the word I totally just said.
As God is my witness, I'm sure I recall nothing of the sort.
All I can think of right now is a scene from DBC Abridged where it's just like, oh please, if I've really killed as many people as you say, then let God strike me down now. And then he gets hit by lightning. It's like, ha! Bring your A game next time, dumbass!
He's not going to go down without a fight. Not until I can show hard evidence, I suppose.
I don't know, I think the fact that he admits that he was there already puts him under a lot of scrutiny.
I will pad this out as long as I need to.
Yeah, that's his plan. Nevertheless,
That's the Ace Attorney way.
yeah, just drag it out. Nevertheless,
Testify a 7th time.
the defense has now established a crucial fact.
Which is...
He was there.
Well, we know that 1 bullet was fired from each of the 2 firearms we have in evidence. The bullet from the Skokin brothers' gun hit the pouch of Mr. Sholmes' waist. And the bullet from Mr. Winniebank's gun clearly must have been the one that caught Mr. Graydon on the arm. You know, this is too early in the timeline that unfortunately we can't do like in modern Ace Attorney where you can check the bullets like burn marks or something.
Check the bullet, the bullet fingerprints.
Yes, pretty much bullet fingerprints. That does not exist yet.
Indeed, it must. Well, not the thing we were just talking about, but what Mr. Udo said. We can rule out the possibility that the man shot himself.
And that leads us to only one conclusion. Mr. Winniebank was shot by a 3rd gun. which can only have been fired by the third intruder.
This. I'm surprised by literally everything in this trial.
That's the Ace Attorney way.
That's right, Mr. Graydon.
Oh shit, you're right.
The only person who could possibly have shot Mr. Winnebank that night is you. Take that.
Hold it.
Yo, was that Graydon's?
I guess?
Oh my god, that's Graydon's. Okay.
You little upstart. You made a grave mistake when you summoned me here.
No, we made a grave mistake.
What, are you gonna banish everyone to the Shadow Realm? What are you gonna do?
A great mistake. What? What's that supposed to mean? Also, that hold it was surprisingly soft coming from Graydon. I was
Bro, his arm can move surprisingly well for getting shot.
For constantly bleeding. Yes.
Yes, as you rightly say, I was there at the pawnbrokers. I did my best to hide the fact. Naturally. I had no intention of ruining the distinguished career I built for myself at the communications station.
You would think you go to jail for perjury at this point, but I guess that doesn't matter in Ace Attorney.
But did the thought never cross your mind? Did you never consider the possibility?
What do you mean? What thought? What possibility?
The possibility that if I was there at the scene, I may have witnessed the crucial moment.
I mean, if that were the case, you would have said something, like, way sooner.
You see, this makes me a key witness in this case, and I have my hands firmly around the neck of your client.
Oh, this is how you can tell that you're at the end of an Ace Attorney game. Because someone is directly threatening the client
Uh-huh.
on
What?
the stand.
Are you suggesting?
I saw it all. I saw the very moment that pickpocket girl pointed the gun at that poor defenseless pawnbroker and shot him.
You... what? Rubble, 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 rubble?
Order! What the devil? Well, it would seem we are finally entering the last act of this theatrical trial.
Bro, don't
we
call out
now-
the tropes. Mr. Graydon.
Please remember to renew your WinRAR subscription.
What is WinRAR, my lord?
I don't know, it just popped into my head right now.
Yes, okay, my lord. Let's take you to bed.
No, I'm fine. I'm only 50 years old.
Okay, alright.
That's old back then.
Yes,
I trust you are fully aware of the implications here. If it is shown that your claim is false, absolutely nothing will happen because this is an Ace Attorney game. But, for the sake of this thought experiment, you will have incriminated yourself as the killer.
oh, I understand fully.
Then I must ask you to give your full testimony once more.
Oh, I was kidding. He actually is going to give another testimony.
What did you think was going to happen? This is a freaking Ace Attorney game. You said it yourself. You will explain to the court precisely what you saw at the moment the defendant allegedly shot the victim.
Nothing would give me greater pleasure.
I don't like that gives you greater pleasure. It's kind of creepy.
You know, I
Well, at least
misheard
I said
you.
it'd been a...
I misheard you. I didn't hear greater pleasure. I just heard gayer pleasure, and I'm like, what?
He gets off on Gatorade.
Was the killing homosexual? What? Like, hang on.
Well, now that I've heard
Is
both
it a gay
gayer
shooting?
and,
What?
and gator, and now I'm thinking, are the Skulkins gators?
What? Okay,
This is going some weird places.
the moment of the shooting. Good lord.
While these ruffians were jostling with the broker, I was still near the entrance to the shop. When Windybank threw Nash over the counter, I felt a sharp pain in my arm. I pursued the man, but he shut himself in the storeroom. I could see him through the peephole in the door, though. The accused in a black coat shot the man in the back as he was trying to flee to safety. I saw the blood splatter all over that wretched girl. Then she tossed the gun out of the peephole, so I picked it up and made my escape.
Wait.
What?
Wait.
You took the gun?
Wait a second. He got shot from the back.
Yeah.
But she got splattered with blood.
Yeah. Also, she threw the gun out the peephole. How did she have Windybank's gun perfectly in her hand then?
Right?
Good gracious! This is quite extra. I think there should be an extra thing in there.
This is quite extraordinary testimony.
This is quite an extraordinary testimony. Why didn't you say this sooner?
Right?
You claim, sir, under oath, to have clearly seen the defendant pulling the trigger.
Okay, but here's the problem.
Okay, you can speak first.
All right. Here's the problem. Naruhodo was there.
We saw a gun in Gina's hand, so
Yeah,
what, does she have two guns and just threw one out?
Like, he's talking about, oh, I'm a key witness. It's like, yeah, but like, so are we actually.
But you missed one point. A lot of people here are racist, so...
You know what? Good point. Good point. You got me there.
Also,
You got me there.
technically, we showed up. Naruhodo saw it after the incident. He wasn't there when it occurred.
Naruhodo and Susie arrived, or Susato. Susie's the nickname that...
Yeah, no, we know.
They showed up a little bit later than when this is all transpiring.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but we still saw a gun in her hand.
Yes. That's the point I was trying to make. Is she threw out the gun? Why did she have the gun perfectly clutched in her hand?
Right, I'm just like, did she have two guns and just threw one out? Because that's the only way, Graydon's, case would make sense.
Yep.
Anyway.
Oh no, she's dual wielding.
Okay, we'll have order now, I think, probably. All right, let's go.
It wasn't my intention to testify in this way.
What the hell? You should have in the first place.
But neither is it my intention to be found guilty of a murder I didn't commit. So you see, my hand has been forced. I tell the truth now as an act of self-preservation.
Uh-huh. The truth.
Till now, the prosecution was completely unaware of these details.
Yes, Red, sorry about that.
Well, you're going to be sorry.
I'm sure I will.
Having shot me in the arm, the pawnbroker was then shot in the back by the accused. And as I said, she was showered in his blood.
You say the blood splattered over the accused's coat? Are you sure on that point?
Oh yes, quite sure. All over the black overcoat that pickpocket girl was wearing at the time.
Oh, that's dirty. That's dirty.
Really? If her coat could somehow be shown to harbor vestiges of blood, that would be conclusive evidence here. Even though what he just proposed is mere conjecture, actually, but whatever, I'm stupid.
Such an investigation is entirely possible, my lord.
What?
Only very recently, a German scientist has developed a technique to identify human blood. So here's the true science. Not some amateurish detective's dubious foray into the world of chemistry.
There's nothing dubious about Hurley's work. His ideas are all sound.
Ideas are no use to us here. In science, as in law, theories must be proven before they stand.
Knowing it, Herlock, I'm gonna guess he's probably friends with that German scientist.
In Germany, the technique has already been employed in the courtroom as the basis of evidence. Scotland Yard has a small quantity of the chemical reagent used. With your lordship's permission.
Oh, so here's the problem. They're gonna find blood. The problem is, we can't prove that it's someone else's blood. Like, the blood of, the Mason from 2 months ago. We can't prove that.
Yeah.
We could shatter all vestiges of doubt within minutes.
This doesn't look good, Bruno.
Why not? Why not?
Well,
Bruno! Bruno, please! You were there!
This doesn't look good. I'm sure it's fine. No, that's why I said it didn't look good.
well, we know, don't we? That there's blood all over the front of Ginny's coat. If they test it with their chemicals.
Oh, help, you're right! I was forgetting what happened yesterday. I mean, I
Oh,
guess...
help!
Oh, help!
Don't move, Ginny. I'm going to shoot.
I honestly forgot this happened.
It was a while ago for us.
Yeah.
But that's not Mr. Windybank's blood. That stain is from 2 months ago. That's Mr. Mason's blood from when he was stabbed by Mr. McGilded, who was wearing the coat at the time. I did it again. This is just stuck in my head. My lord, the defense objects to the test proposed by the prosecution. Oh, that's not sus at all to deny it.
His real first name isn't Magnus. His real first name was just Mr.
Yes.
Overruled. Lord Van Zeeks, make it so at once.
With pleasure, my lord.
And while we await the results, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
Once they find that blood on the overcoat, Gina will be...
Counsel?
Yes, my lord.
Your cross-examination.
Of course, my lord. If this cross-examination doesn't go well, if I don't manage to uncover some decisive evidence or really compelling clue now, I have a very bad feeling about the outcome of this trial.
I have a question. How come her coat is splattered in blood, but her shirt isn't?
Because the coat... all that was deposited was the coat.
No, I am literally...
There is no... She never got splattered with blood.
Oh.
Graydon is making it up.
Sorry.
Exactly. So, isn't that evidence?
Nope. Apparently not in Ace Attorney. The answer is no.
I mean, most of that doesn't really matter, like...
Yeah, this is whatever.
Okay, yeah, you got shot, probably. Okay. Yeah, that.
Yeah, wait. He locked himself in, and then he tried to flee safely. Wait, what?
Yes, when the crime was discovered, the defendant was found with a gun in her hand. But that was Mr. Windybank's gun, from which only a single bullet had been fired. And as we've already established, Mr. Graydon, that bullet was fired at you.
But no. It wasn't the broker's gun that the pickpocket girl had when I saw her. Yes, the bullet from Windybank's gun grazed my arm. And yes, the Skulkin's gun grounded the detective. But this was another gun entirely. A third gun.
Broker's gun was not the murder weapon, so clearly there had to be a third firearm involved. In other words, the accused must have had her own gun with her at the time.
But no other gun was found at the scene. Where's this gun that you took, Graydon?
Calm yourself, counsel.
Sorry?
You must consider the events in order. At first, I saw the broker and the girl glaring at each other. But then all of a sudden... the broker turned to run.
Run to where?
And it was at that moment that the little gutter rat shot him in the back.
A chilling image, I must say.
But if he turned around and got shot in the back, how did the blood splatter on her? You actual idiot!
My testimony is soundproof. No, it's not. It's full of a ton of holes.
Also, didn't we
Okay, who's
establish that
the one?
Didn't we establish that the gun actually entered him at an angle?
Yes.
Yeah, but you know,
Like, super early on.
Yeah, but Gina's short. It was of someone of short stature with the angle that the bullet entered.
But
Yeah.
the angle was from the front. So if it was from the front going...
No, the angle is from he was running away. Like in Graydon's testimony, he was running away, so his back was to Gina, and Gina, being of short stature, actually fits the angle of the bullet that entered him from the back.
However, the problem we have is I believe we have a snapshot of the scene after everything happened, in which case, Wendy Bank is not facing back from her, he's facing next to her face.
Yeah, but the final shot is the bullet hole entered his back.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, if that was what transpired and they're locked in there, Wendy Bank should have been facing the opposite direction we found him in.
Did Graydon mention lock? I think he just said he ran and then she shot. That's it. I don't think she mentioned locking or anything.
He didn't,
I don't know.
but we know from this case it was locked.
Well, Graydon isn't doing that right now, is he? We can't do shit about this. Also, let me.
What a lovely time we're having right now.
Graydon is a little bitch. Okay, that's all we. All over her?
Yes. Through the peephole, I saw it clearly. Of course, the stains are invisible now, with the coat being such a dark color. But I assure you, that garment is sullied with the victim's blood.
Well, it is sullied with blood, that's for sure.
But it's not Mr. Windybank's blood, is it?
No, that's right. It's Mr. Mason's Milverton's blood. From when McGill had stabbed him 2 months ago.
Oh my god, you did it!
It's so annoying. If they'd only accept Hurley's chemical analysis, we could prove that.
But they won't, so unfortunately we can't use it as evidence to support our case.
Bother.
Man, I'm with
So
you,
proud
Iris.
of you, Taisa. I'm so proud of you, Taisa.
I know, I did it!
I heard the pause of you trying to not say mister.
I tried so hard! Also, I'm gonna press this. Did I hear you correctly? She threw the gun out of the room?
That's right. After the broker fell to the floor, she started walking over.
Where exactly?
In the direction of the storeroom door, to where I was watching. Of course, I quickly retreated, and then... the girl dropped the gun through the peephole onto the floor on my side of the door.
But why on earth would she do such a thing?
Oh, I want to hear this. Really?
Nothing fancy, just...
Lame. Boo! You suck!
Boo this man! Boo this man! And isn't that right, rat? Yes. My mouse says to boo this man.
It's a pretty weak defense, bro.
Yes, but they're all idiots and taking this, so shut up.
Wait, are there any idiots here?
We'll discuss this later.
Oh god, we're gonna be here forever.
I couldn't tell you. Perhaps she was tongue-tied there. Perhaps she was hoping to distance herself from the murder weapon.
Even Fino is in disbelief at this statement.
My brain cells are dying. Without thinking, I went and picked it up. I suppose I was worried about just leaving it there, in case any more tragedies took place.
It was you, in fact, who took the third gun from the scene of this crime.
Yes, it was yours truly.
Okay, where is it?
Yeah, where is it? Bring out the gun.
I don't know.
That's all my dialogues.
I left the clear up to my lackeys and left.
Clear up.
We made a bit of a mess around the counter, so Mr. Whistle and Flutie have told us to tidy up.
He thinks I'm blooming mud sometimes.
Oh, you two are surely grounded after this.
What? I'm older than you.
Well, I was paying you enough, by God.
Tell me.
I have no idea what their ages are, actually. I was just making that.
They probably are older than him, honest. Let me look. Okay. 27, 26, 27. Okay. They're all around the same age, and Ringo's...
He's older by like a month.
Snatch is the young... Oh my god, it really is the Mario Bros. Because he's the youngest.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me, Mr. Graydon, when you left the pawnbrokery that night, was it by any chance with the second disc in your jacket pocket?
You little toe rag!
It was like a bull at a...
Oh, toe rag.
You keep... read the line, I'll get over there.
Oh, I'm going... I know what's coming, just I need a second. Alright. You're like a bull at a gate, aren't you?
Sir! What are you doing?
What? Wait.
Hello? You two... Hello? Gentlemen!
Elby's trying to kill me.
What is going on over there?
What's along, sunshine?
Everything is wrong. What the hell?
That be my line. You do realize you were just violently shaking Mr. Skokin?
Blimey, this D's a bit of a hooligan, ain't he?
What was going on just now?
Police brutality, were you not paying attention? You saw him. He grabbed me whistle. Why the blazes? He said, didn't you mention the third gun when you got you down to the station?
And why didn't you?
Us, we didn't know nothing about it. But that flaming people in the door.
Sorry about that. I was trying to imitate one of my great mentors, the Captain Lineback. I can be prone to losing my rag sometimes. Not hurt, are you?
Lord blimey, see the way he's looking at me? I'm telling you, this D's giving me the willies.
What the hell? That was...
I'm going to stare into your soul.
Please don't.
That was strange. The inspector doesn't normally get quite as worked up as that. He wouldn't normally grab someone.
No, that wasn't like Rexy at all. He's normally all sweetness and light, no matter what I say to him.
That's just you!
Just you, he's not going to assault you. You're a child.
Yes, well, I think you might be a special case, Iris.
Well, anyway, that was definitely out of character.
What the fuck?
What's your feeling, Bruno?
As much as I hate to admit it, I don't see any obvious holes in his testimony at the moment.
And that's just the to not knowing about the third gun.
But you had to find a way to break this man.
And quickly, too, because once they discovered the blood on the overcoat Gina was wearing, we're in bad news.
It's a bit strange that he's so sure of himself about seeing the blood spatter over Jeannie's coat. It doesn't strike me as the sort of thing you claim if you hadn't generally seen it happen.
But we know that Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winniebanks, so what's going on?
All I know is that's very unfair. Why should some German scientist test be acceptable as evidence when mine and Hurley's wasn't? Detectives can use test tubes too.
Never mind that. I have to find a really stark inconsistency in this testimony somewhere. And I have to find it before the prosecution discovers the blood stain on Gina's coat. I gotta press everything. I just looked over just to check to see if there was something I was missing. I gotta press everything, so we're gonna go through the rest of
the first three.
Yep. Mr. Winniebank emerged from the storeroom, I believe.
Ringo and Nash were scouring the counter when he suddenly appeared and flew at them. He already had the revolver in his hand. Fortunately, I wasn't too close.
I've never been so scared in all my life. Well, that's a lie. I was scared like 5 minutes ago.
That was like 5 seconds ago, bro. Yeah, we're just regular mild-mannered burglars, that's all. We don't like violence.
Says the pair who carry a gun.
Here, we just carry it for self-defense.
It's self-defense, bro. What the hell?
What do you...
Just because we have a gun doesn't mean we're gonna be violent, okay?
What do you mean when you say you were near the entrance to the shop?
I was in the doorway, running my eyes over the shelves of forfeited items.
I feel like we'd come back to him and he's in that pose and he's just like, yes, I'm just really thinking about my memories of when this guy got murdered.
Every time he gets into that post, I just think of Hedonism Bot from Futurama. Yes, I was looking through the forfeited items.
Looking for the music box, of course.
The broker went for Nash in the first place. Then Ringo joined in, making it 2 against 1, so I assumed they could handle the situation. But I was wrong.
I was trying to have my little bro, but the old geezer chucked me over the blue counter.
I pulled me gun on the old fella, and that soon made him scamper.
I like how we just established we don't use violence. Anyway, here's a gun. The pair of you setting upon the poor defenseless pawnbroker together? Shame on you!
What do you mean defenseless? He had a gun!
Not a gun.
Oh, this is a lot.
Hold it!
You mean that's the moment you were shot?
Yes, though I didn't immediately realize what had happened, of course. Things crashed to the floor from the counter as the 3 men were brawling. It was at exactly that moment that it happened, so I didn't hear the gunshot.
And the bullet went on to strike the calendar in the wall behind you.
So it would appear. When I looked at my arm, I saw it bleeding badly, so I wrapped my handkerchief around it. Seeing as I couldn't explain what happened to a doctor, I had no choice but to wait for it to heal. I didn't imagine it would still be bleeding 2 days later.
Did Mr. Windybank intend to shoot you, do you think?
Well now, I don't imagine he even noticed I was there, to be honest. Perhaps the gun went off accidentally. Anyway, it didn't quite strike home.
I pulled me gun on him, he tried to shove me out the way.
And there he scampered through the back door back. At which point, what did you do?
Hold it!
Wait.
You mean you chased after him?
I don't recall the reason why, but I ran after him to the back of the shop.
I don't know why I did. I just said, I'm gonna run back there.
And what about this peephole in the door you mentioned?
Well, unsurprisingly, the storeroom's the storeroom's door's a solid job, made out of stout wood. There's a small opening about a head height that lets you see what's on there from the other side.
Actually, I should know that, shouldn't I?
Yes,
I
you should,
should.
Sunshine. We are both there on the day of the incident.
I looked through it myself that night. You sure did, sir.
What about you burgling brothers? Did you see what went on through this peephole as well?
No, not likely, Gov.
Just another sort of.
I doubt these 2 buffoons were even aware of the peephole's existence.
To be fair to me, I probably couldn't see through it because I'm very short.
That too.
So the
Thank
Skulkin
you.
brothers were there, but they didn't see the killing of Mr. Winniebank take place.
Oh my god, Judge. How many times?
All the
How many
whom's.
times?
All the whom's.
Inside the storeroom, I could see the broker and that young girl standing there.
The defendant?
Yes, though neither of them noticed that I was looking. The girl raised her gun and pointed straight at the man.
And then, what did you see next?
The bailiff.
My
What?
lord,
The bailiff? You saw the bailiff next? That's quite extraordinary testimony.
requesting your lordship's permission to interrupt the cross-examination.
Explain yourself, officer.
I have the results of the test that was ordered earlier, my lord.
Ah, the blood on the accused's overcoat.
Thank you, officer. Very well. The cross-examination is hereby temporarily suspended. I presume you have no objection, counsel?
No, my lord.
Really? Usually I expect you to... Oh, okay. Well,
I mean,
we'll
I would
just- we'll just
object,
go
but
ahead.
I would object, but you're gonna overrule me, so...
Oh, that's a fair point. Well, there you have it.
The report, please, Inspector.
Yeah, yes, sir. There you have it. Traces of human blood were found on the overcoat of the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. From the extent of the stains, it would appear that they were the result of splattering following a gunshot wound. End of report.
That is the most lacking in any detail report I've ever seen.
I didn't say it was a good report, I said it was a report. Goodness me.
Ruffle, 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 ruffle?
Wait, did the Skulkins just go take a seat? Like,
They went off to skulk all over the place.
See, what did I tell you?
No! The blood on that coat is not Mr. Winniebanks!
What makes you say that, counsel?
The coat originally belonged to Magnus McGilded. Just before his coat was deposited at Winniebanks, McGilded had fatally stabbed Mr. Mason Milverton. So the blood on that overcoat is the blood of the brickmaker from the omnibus case.
Objection!
well, the dead cannot speak.
At least not yet.
Isn't that right, my Nipponese friend?
Sorry?
2 months ago in this very courtroom, did you not argue fervently for McGilded's innocence? And yet, now that the man is dead, you brand him as a murderer?
Can we go over this?
Yes. Your conduct shatters any shred of respect you may have earned for yourself in this country.
But that was...
I call it a bully disgrace. Treachery, that's what it is. How to determine whether the blood on that coat is 2 months old or not? Even a stereoscope couldn't help the answer to that problem pop out. It can't be done.
But... We used Mr. Shaw's specially...
Mr. Shams is a detective, not a chemist!
And you're a bad doctor.
That's not really relevant here.
Would you put such faith in a chemical formula devised for me, for example, when I'm a communications officer? I held out
Prosky.
Hiros.
It's Prosky.
What?
I think it's Prosky.
Brodsky.
I held up Broski to a starving boy, and he ran away crying.
Oh.
What does that have to... What?
I just wanted to tell you of my travels here as English citizen, tourist, person, man. Thing.
Sherlock Sholmes is barely more than a figment of the public's imagination. His name carries no weight in this courtroom. No weight at all.
I am definitely a person and not just a bunch of mouses in a person costume.
The dogs agree. How could you say that?
Victory is sweet indeed. This proves that my testimony is the whole truth from start to finish.
It's only the truth because we can't give you good evidence that would be approved of.
Wait. How do you arrive at such a conclusion, sir?
As the witness said, the accused's coat was splattered with the blood of the victim. The only way Mr. Graydon could possibly have known that fact is if he saw it happen. In other words, his testimony is solid, and the conclusion is singular. It was the accused who shot the victim in this case. That is the whole truth.
Ah! Rubble. Bailiff?
My lord.
Is this bailiff or juror 1? I don't know. Juror 1, I guess.
Oh. Been a long battle, this one, but this old warhorse has something to say now, if you please.
Mr. Foreman?
It's time
Sorry,
for
I
this,
thought-
I guess.
Huh?
Sorry, I thought I was about to be interrupted.
Oh, well, that's good.
As of this moment, the squadron has reached its final decision.
I like his quivering lip in that idol he had.
Ready, men? All for one now.
Sir!
Sir!
Sir.
We're bad at this.
We
Oh,
are immensely uncoordinated.
Guilty.
Guilty.
I still love the doctor hitting it with his head.
Well, we lost that one. You know, good game, everyone. Ace Attorney's over. Well, it appears that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached a unanimous verdict.
We really gonna do this again? The defense has consistently failed to unpick this witness's testimony. Here's to any attempt you may make at unpicking the juror's decision being equally successful.
Ah! I don't believe it. After I've come so far. How's it all unraveling on me so fast?
We all know Herlock Sholmes is going to show up at the 11th hour to be a witness somehow. We all know it.
That's how it be, right?
That's just how it be.
I think that's the bailiff or something. But anyway, fine, you have fun with that.
Oh, very distressing. To be held in such low esteem.
Hey, Lewis!
I knew it!
Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh my god.
Officer? You've delivered the report now. That will be all. Thank you.
It occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Naruhodo, that scientific truths are determined not by science, but by none other than the human mind.
I know that voice. Am I going mad? Wait! Surprise? Sir! Mr. Sholmes!
Gregson!
This is chips, oh my god!
I think that's a good stopping point for now. We shall continue on with the shenanigans of Mr. Herlock Sholmes in the next video. Moving, that's cool too. I hate this thing. I'm so sorry. The game just likes to move.